another joyous read through of one a little later today. I have my obligations, my board and all, but now we're good. Is there any better time to read one than right now? Answer is no, of course. Let's get the chat working actually. Chat's gonna be a little chat. We're very close, my friend. Very close. It's fun about YouTube. You gotta adjust this every time you do something. You can all stare at this wonderful white screen of joy. We are for maybe another minute or so. Yes. Get my mouse. There we go. Wish I could see the poster. But in any case, we have to go through, so let's make it happen. As always, at the sound of the curtain being drawn back, running can sound like the shoots through the back of my eyes. Good morning. You idiot. It's the winter holidays, starting from today. Happy Christmas Eve, folks. You know, I was reading this in July, but that's how things are sometimes. Oh, I'm gonna adjust the levels a bit. Everything's a little quiet today. Now, because apparently my voice was too loud, or the game was too loud, so we get a more balanced approach. Actually, I'll turn it up a tiny bit. That should be good. Alright. What? You mean today is going to be packed with lessons too? Sounds packed to me. What? I see. So that's how it is. Slink up in bed, I scratched the area below my navel, right where the chest hair is. But just that, I suppose I could go. But we don't have to go. Speaking of which, the nickname used to be Nagamori from the planet, you know, didn't it? Just nickname wordy. We're gonna go back and replay that just to get nickname. Pardon me. That was a picture wordy right there. Grab my camera. Nice. If you ever grow, I'm going to get a picture opportunity. Do they call you that? I don't remember actually. So we're gonna. Here's what we'll do. We'll make the game a little quieter, and then we'll turn up the audio. Because the voices are a little quiet in my opinion. It was because always add you know to end your sentences, remember? Do you remember? Because I don't remember. Now that I've remembered, I think that's what I'll call you for a while.
バカなこと言ってないで早く用意してよ
One more on the BGM track. Fetch my bag and uniform for me, Nagamori. From the planet, you know.
取ってやんないもん
You refuse? You idiot. Don't sulk over something like that. I have no choice but to get out of bed and grab my bag uniform from the chair myself.
だったら公平はバカバカ星人だよいっつも人のことバカバカ言うもん
Are we in fact from the planet Baka? That's where Nine Ball hangs out. You idiot. That makes it sound like I'm the idiot. I call you an idiot because you're an idiot. Idiots in this chat of
ほ
wrong
ら
people.
連発
Look, there you go with a whole bunch of them. Handsome guy, ooh. Handsome guy, handsome guy, handsome guy. Ha! Handsome guy. Totally handsome guy. Okay, we're spazzing out, folks. We're on a meltdown for some reason. Now I'm Kohei from the planet, handsome guy.
でも美男子性出身ってだけで公平自身は美男子じゃないかもしれないよ
They say the name makes the man. You idiot. Anyone from planet handsome guy is automatically a handsome guy.
そんなことないもん長寿村って言ってみんなが長寿なわけじゃないもん
This makes sense, I guess, if I understand that. Now you're transformed into Nagamori from the planet, after all.
もんだってそんなに使わないもんたまたま公平がよく聞いてるだけだよ
I'm glad I went to the Interstellar Part of 1. That was exactly what the story needed. You just used both, didn't you? I'm going to combine them and name you Nagamori from the planet, after all, you know.
バカバカ星人の言うことなんて誰も聞かないもん
I think we're just racist now. Shut up, Nagamori from the planet, after all, you know, idiot.
う
They're getting to modern manga names, but they're all way too long for no reason. Ka!
時間
Hold on, I'm busy making sound effects, okay? That's important. Whoa, this is no time to be menacing each other.
ほらもう急がないと遅刻だよ
So what were you doing? In the end, things turned into the usual panicky morning. You're too slow, Nagamori. Pick up the pace. We're running so fast, we're not right read ankle.
公平後ろ見ながら走ってると危ないよ
This is what we do like half the mornings though. Like, you didn't forget this part, right? Come on. Just how many more times do you think you're gonna run into something? Yeah, I ran into something. It was really funny. Huh? Swish! I've gotten used to this by now. I braced my legs, coming to a complete stop just before we collide. Oh, it's you. And we did collide. Crash! In contrast, Anase is going too fast to stop and ends up crashing hard into a wall up ahead. This happens like quite often, honestly. I think that one was completely your own fault.
今度こそ吹っ飛ばされないように勢いつけてたのよ
That sounds very foolish. Sounds like a pretty selfish excuse, because it is.
二人とも時間ないよ
We can leave her behind this time, right? Let's go.
でも痛そうだよ
But it's her own fault, because it is.
走れるわよ
The coping is real. Still, it was your own fault. Just admit it.
自爆ってうっさいわね
Still haven't admitted it. We make for a noisy group as we run with a clamorous Nase trailing behind us. Pounding down the corridor, really. The three of us slide into the classroom. Nice verbs, guys.
間に合った
2 minutes to spare. Not bad. Oop. Hands off, folks. Sheena quickly sets about pulling Nase's hair. Hey, it's Sheena. You sure are here early.
おはようまゆ。
Eighth note on that one.
ねえ、私すごいわ。
What is it, Nase?
実は私、未来からタイムスリップしてきたのよ。
Holy Toledo. What are the rules of time travel in this world? What are you, an idiot? We arranged it so Sheena will be able to come into our school again.
そうなの？
And then her life broke down as her sanity is gone. Shall I cut the hair off for you after all?
いいのよ。放っておいて。
She staggers back to her seat.
ほえ
Nase's been lonely without you, so be sure to have plenty of fun with her, okay? We're enabling. Whoa! We're in a big old auditorium / gym hybrid. The principal speaks, the guidance council speaks, the head of the year speaks, and then... We heave a collective sigh as yet another person takes the stage. It's me. It's that kind of boring closing ceremony. Still, considering that's the last thing to endure before the end of the year, everyone manages to bear with it. Do you get to play ball? Besides, it's not if there's a single person seriously listening to all the talk. Everyone's thinking about the holiday that starts tomorrow. ... Returning to the classroom, we wait for the Hino home to begin. The end is nigh. Everyone immediately begins to discuss their plans for the rest of the day. What are my plans? Appearing in front of me, Nagamori calls out to Nase.
何？
さっき言ってたパーティーの件だけど、
Party?
ああ、そうだったわね。
数に入れておいてもいい？
I come to our bash.
本当？よかった。みんな七瀬さんと話したがってたから。
So we'll bring jungle juice, okay?
本当？
本当。七瀬さん面白いし、きっとすぐみんなと仲良くなれるよ。
You're so funny, though. It's true that she comes in handy when you're aiming for laughs. Aiming for something.
わかった。楽しみにしてる。
じゃあちゃんと5時に来てよね。
5 o'clock. 5:40. It's 5:40. That has broken my brain. Finishing their conversation, Nagamori returns to her own seat. That's right. It's Christmas Eve tomorrow, isn't it? Christmas Eve. Sheena!
ほえ？
Do you know what day it is today?
終業式。
Hey, not bad. It's something else, too.
クリスマス？
Almost. That's right. It's Christmas. Do you know what people do on Christmas?
サンタさんが来る日。
Yeah, who's Santa, though? The only people who think that are children. Listen up, Mayu. Today, I'm going to teach you how adults spend Christmas. What are we doing, folks?
ほえ？
And for that, we'll need to meet up. I know. At 5 o'clock in front of the school gates. We're gonna get this girl drunk, aren't we?
5時。校門前。
You're a bad influence. Got it. Be sure to dress up nicely. As nicely as you can. After all, it's an adult Christmas. Make this sound really weird. Good. We power at the school gates, each first heading home. Arriving home, I quickly change to my snazzy outfit. Putting on a striped shirt and a necktie, I pull on a jacket. Then, turning back, I head for the school gates where I'd arranged to meet her. I can still see a small number of students leaving the school. ... A little while later, I catch sight of Sheena pattering over towards me from down the footpath. Well, you look about as fancy as usual, I guess. She takes a breath as she arrives at the school gates. Sheesh, Sheena. I can't help but sigh to take a look at her. I told you to dress up nicely, didn't I? I gave you exact directions. And you come in that? Well, I guess it doesn't really matter. This is no good. At this rate, we'll look like siblings instead of like something else apparently. Suddenly. ... Hey Nase, don't ignore us.
何よ、気づかなかっただけよ。
Totally did, by the way. As usual, she reaches out to pull Nase's hair.
何？今からデート？
What are you talking about? We're just not eating burgers for once. She pushes down on Sheena's forehead to stop her from getting any closer. Yeah.
にしてはまるで噛み合わない格好ね。
You think so too, right? This girl doesn't understand anything that's going on, by the way. Sheena flails about. So I wanted to ask you,
何よ？
could you lend her some clothes?
私の？
Yeah, something real nice looking.
嫌よ、めんどくさい。
Come on. I see. I thought you have some fashionable clothes fit for a lady, but I guess you don't. That's a shame. Playing old mind games.
あ、あるわよ。
And it
もち
works.
ろん。
Very simple. Then lend them to her.
だから面倒だって言ってるでしょ。
Do you really have any?
だからあるって。
Liar.
本当？
Then what's wrong lending them to her? She'll even go to your house. We got you there.
汚さないでよ。
They'll be fine, right, Sheena? Yeah, she understands vaguely. Just nod for now. You're not capable of human speech. There. They'll be fine.
仕方ないわね。じゃあ今から来るのね。
My +1.
あんたはここで待ってなさい。家を知られたくないから。
Well, that's encouraging. It's not like we're gonna stalk her and cut her head off or something. Yeah.
ほら、ついてきて。
Taking just Sheena with her, Nase walks off. ... Dot dot. 15 minutes later, the two of them come back. The Sheena walking behind Nase has undergone a complete transformation.
こんな感じかしら。
Oh, she got like asterisks on her necklace. Like a really funny looking sweater. Hey, it really suits you.
じゃあ私はこれで。って、
Mew. Sheena pulls Nasa's hair as she tries to leave.
こらー！私は用があるのよ。それにそんな野暮なことできるわけないでしょ。
That's too rude. That's right, Sheena. From today onwards, Nasa is going to start living as an ascetic in the mountains.
山ごもり。
信じるな。
How do you know? Thanks, Nase. See you later.
最後だけ綺麗にまとめにかかるわね。絶対汚さないでよ。
As opposed to a bad note, did you want us to hate you? Yeah.
じゃあ良いお年を。
It's Christmas, you dummy. It's now just me and Sheena. By the way, Sheena, it's not exciting to spend Christmas Eve together as just friends. We're being super weird. This girl is like mentally a child for some reason. What are we doing? So when I give the signal, we're gonna be boyfriend and girlfriend. Yeah, sure, why not, right? We're gonna be lovers until I say it's over, okay? And then we never said it was over. Okay, start. ... Well, I guess there's no actual physical change involved, just psychological. It's more a question of mood. Yes, a question of mood. Oh, sweet, we're in the Lolicon 24-hour district. Glad they really found their audience here. Looks like the whole town's decorated in Christmas colors. Enjoying the lively atmosphere around town, he wandered aimlessly until dinner. Sheena's empty stomach sounds a complaint, quite literally, early on, so I decided to look for a place to eat. Well, if you look around, I'm sure we'll find a place with room. How about a place of moon? Avoiding a shops facing onto the main streets, we walk through the back streets. Where the Backstreet Boys? It is 98. Oh, so close. There, just down a side street, we find a neat little Western restaurant. Just like America. Wait here, okay? I'll go and ask whether we can go in. You're shaded differently, because it's night. Going inside and asking, I find that it's okay. Okay, Sheena, they got room. Going out again, I come back with Sheena in tow. I'm glad they got a mouse, or like a mouse or something, and another mouse on the walls. Or maybe it's like a ferret or something, I can't tell. It could be a squirrel, it's some sort of rodent. They got good art direction. As we were guided along the walkway, Sheena continues to give cries of fouet from behind me. Having been led back to the furnace quarter restaurant, we sit down in the opposing seats. This is really intimidating. The rest of the restaurant's seats are already filled. Even the empty seats are reserved, with knives and forks already lying prepared. I'm glad they just took us out of nowhere. That's really nice of them. Looks like we got lucky. Now then, what'll you have? Is there anything you want to eat? Please be hamburgers. ... Don't worry about the cost. I've got my entire savings in my wallet. It's a good thing I didn't get mugged today, Jesus. The waiter recommends the evening special before we even look at the menu, so we decide on that without hesitation. Bad idea, by the way. First, he prepares the champagne for us. Skillfully uncorking the bottle, he lines a pair of glasses up on the table and pours the champagne into them. I'm glad we don't get carded in this world. Thank you, 1998. Sheena watches on amazement as they fill with a swish. I pick up one of the glasses as the waiter takes his leave with a bow. It's champagne. Have you ever tried it? I don't think so. She shakes her head. Here, hold it in your hand. ... Cautiously holding the glass of champagne with both hands, she takes a sniff. Now, let's have a toast to our evening together. Cheers! ... She's still sniffing. Come on, Sheena. Put your glass against mine. This is really odd. ... She still looks confused as I forcibly press our glasses together. We're having an evening whether you like it or not. Clink. It's some on one side, but still, it's a toast. You mean it's entirely one-sided, my friend. You could have brought a doll here. I take a sip. The bittersweet carbonic acid passing down my throat. See, we studied in school. It's a taste for adults. That's cope. ... You try drinking some too, Sheena. You're totally not a massive lightweight. ... Placing the glass down on the table, she draws her mouth near to drink from it, and then... She's clearly twisting her face. You don't like it? Well, it's champagne for you. ... Should've got her box of apple juice. Huh? I see. I guess there's no helping it then. More for me. I decide to order an extra juice. Our main dish, roast steak, is placed down on our table. Hey, that's a good choice, actually. Even Sheena breaks into a wide smile as she sees this. Decorated with green peas and carrots, while emanating a persistent sizzle, it evokes the irresistible feeling of hunger. I'm taking a picture for a good food description. I quickly slice it up by knife and carry a piece into my mouth with my fork. The technique is all there. Mmm, delicious. Right, Sheena? Checking back in front of me, I see Sheena simply stabbing away at the steak without trying to eat it. Love stabbing. It seems she's on the verge of tears. It's not that she won't eat it, but rather she can't. Use your knife to cut it, Sheena. She quickly seizes her knife with her other hand. That's right. You have to cut it, and then eat it. We're trying. Hey! Since she doesn't hold it down, she takes it with her knife. Since she doesn't hold it down, she takes to it with the knife. She only succeeds in moving the entire steak. And suddenly, it's gone. It's on the floor. Ah! Dot dot. Picking it up with her bare hands as though nothing had happened, she drops it back on her plate. Where'd he just drop that? Don't tell me he was on your lap. You smell like steak now. That's not good. I stand up and walk over to stand beside her. Dot dot. As expected, the dress she brought from Nase has been spectacularly smeared with sauce. Come with me, we're going to the bathroom, we gotta fix this. Pulling her up by the shoulder, I drag her towards the bathroom. You'll steak later, my friend. This is no time to be eating. Man, daycare is tough these days. Crap! The attention of the entire restaurant gathers upon us as the other patrons wonder what's happening. The waitress dashes over to us. No, it's just as it looks. We need some tissues. Save us. Sorry about this. But Sheena shows no signs of stopping as her voice grows louder and louder. I can hear patrons here and there giving discontented sighs, or actually disconcerted sighs. I think we need to take her outside. You need some air. We're disbarring to other patrons like this. Sorry, I'll be right out, so please give me the bill. She's having fun. After we leave the restaurant and walk for a while, she finally starts to calm down. Ha! You know, we need to have some consideration for where we are. What are we going to do about those clothes? I'm the one she's going to be angry at, you know? You're really obsessed with that steak now. Ha! I only got to eat a mouthful myself, you know. It's getting late too, so I won't be easy finding another place to eat. What are we gonna do? Hell yeah. In the end, we decided to make do at a hamburger store. This is just typical of the sort of thing that happens to us. It's enough to make me sigh. Here. I'll take one out and pass it over to her. Accepting it, she happily unwraps it and takes a bite. It's almost like if we meet her on her level, it's 10 times easier. What a shock. Huh? You sure are easily satisfied, aren't you? Sheena continues to munch on the burger without a care in the world. Maybe we should have done this in the beginning, you think? Do you even understand what I mean? It's okay, forget about it. Back when you kept burgers for 100 yen. Crazy. Does that taste nice? Ha. I almost wish she'd show at least a little self-consciousness of her role as my girlfriend. Okay, our guy is being... This is just a strange outcome because, like, we were just kind of chill with her for a while, you know? We were just helping her out. And I'm like, yes, you're my girlfriend now. Even though she basically has no idea what's going on. It doesn't seem to. I guess she'll need more time for that. If that's so, I'll continue to withhold that stop sign. Because I want her to become aware on her own one day, to become strong. That's why when the day comes to an end, I see nothing more than, well, bye-bye as we part. Our Christmas Eve ends, we enter into extended time as lovers. Yeah, you're on naughty list, my friend. The winter holidays arrive, and at last, it becomes the new year. But for us, the New Year's season is a mess. Well, we just skipped over a bunch of days. Okay. Hey, it's January. So you can tell because they have the New Year's paddle there. Sumi and a few other close guys party in my room like they've taken up residence for 3 days and 3 nights. Of course, there's no smoke without fire. There are a number of empty balls rolling about next to the heater table.
ところでさ、折原、お前、長森さんとはどうなってんの？
Literally nothing's happening, my friend. It's strange. Why has this particular topic always become unavoidable when a bunch of guys come together to drink? What do you mean by that?
お前たち見てると、二流のラブコメ見てるみたいで腹が立つんだよ。
Hey, this actually... it's hard to argue, honestly. The remaining 2 guys are sleeping at the heater table, emitting loud snores.
つかず離れずで、ムキーって感じだ。
I think you just killed him because you don't have that. We're friends, so of course we're not too close and not too distant.
それは本心か？本心なんだな。
Yeah, it totally is. Yes, you idiot.
それじゃあ長森さんが不憫じゃないか。
Why? Why not?
お前の踏ん切りを待ってるんだぞ、あの子は。
And then I'll want to. How about that? That's ridiculous.
いや、お前は大根のように鈍感だからな。その点、俺はカモシカのように敏感だからわかるんだよ。
The rashes are noble and delicate, don't forget. So, you're saying you can feel it through your legs.
何にしても、俺は女心には敏感なんだよ。
That's why you're wonderfully single, my friend. Dot dot.
疑惑の目で見てるな、この俺を。
All the doubts in the world, my good friend. I sure am.
じゃあ試してやろうじゃないか。電話使うぞ。
Let's not. Yeah, whatever. Okay, we're not stopping
何番
this.
だったっけか？
But why are we doing this? Taking the portable phone off its stand, we're living in the future, remember? It begins to push the dial buttons.
ああ、夜分すみません。住井と申しますが、水香さんをお願いします。
Dot dot. Knowing Nagamori, she ought to be able to dodge this.
あ、もしもし、夜遅くにごめんね。起きてた。そう、
So instead
よ
of
かっ
doing
た。
anything, we're just gonna let him, do
あ
this.
のさ、長森さんって彼氏いなかったよね。それでさ、今、好きな男の子とかいる？
Could she be, in fact, a boyfriend-free girl? Dot dot.
え？どっちなんだよ。はっきりしようぜ。
Come on, Nagamori.
その言い方じゃいるんだな。やっぱり会えるって。
Maybe just a little bit. What? Damn, you're good, Sumi.
でさ、それってズバリ折原だよな。
Gwa, he's cutting straight to the chase. Leaving no room for subtlety, my friend.
違う？
Up, got him. Dot dot.
否定しきれてないのはその通りだって言ってる証拠だぜ。
So easy to read. Eh?
うん。やっぱりか。長森さんもあんなバカ好きになって苦労するよな。
We're just letting this happen for no reason right away. Hey, is she serious?
そうな。あいつに言いたいことがあったらちゃんと自分で言うさ。俺は何も聞いてない。
Dot dot.
じゃあとりあえず切るよ。うん。おやすみ。
Glad they no caller ID here. Hangs up with a blip.
ということだ。折原。
Ooh.
お前にそんな気はないと言っても向こうにある。これは放っておけないよな。
And we actually can. That would just be kind of rude. Why not?
お前にその気がないならそう伝えてやらないと。長森さんだって次の恋に出会えないだろ。
I think you just want to date her. It's very obvious.
お前が縛り付けてんだよ。そのつかず離れず状態でさ。
Very obvious. That's her decision, isn't it?
お前も最低の誠意を見せてやれば？それともいっそくっついちまうかな。ほら、
He tosses the receiver over to me.
何か言ってやれよ。束縛を解いてやるか、あるいは受け入れるか。
Dot dot. I stare at the receiver. It's not my fault I don't feel that way. Is there really a need for me to call her just to tell her that? She sure is a burden. I press the dial button. Dot dot.
はい、長森です。
That idiot Nagamori suddenly picks up. Hello, it's Orihara here.
あ、浩平どうしたのこんな遅くに。
Gotta break your heart, girl. Look, just listen to what I have to say.
聞くよ。
I think we gotta stay friends for this time. I'm not sure about this, but in this route we've been brushing her off a good amount, so I'm not taking her back this time. Listen, Nagaboy, I want us to stay friends.
私も浩平とは友達でいたいよ。
Huh?
どうしたの？友達でいられないの？浩平どっか行くの？
No. I just thought that you didn't want to stay as just friends.
どうして？そんなこと言ってないよ。浩平とはずっと友達でいたいよ。浩平といると面白いし。
Something's wrong with this conversation. Listen, let me ask you something. Just before I called, did Sumi? Yeah, that's exactly what you'd expect. Huh?
どうぞ折原。
This guy's the worst, you know that? I thought we were the worst, but maybe that's why we're hanging out with this guy, because we're both terrible people. You pulled the cord out, didn't you?
知るか。ほら飲め飲め。
I'm gonna kill this man. This guy, he even carefully calculated the fact that I call her.
しかしこれでお前たちの友情関係はさらに深く。
I'm not sure about that. Go to sleep, you idiot. We whacked him across the face. Whacked him with the bottom of the bottle. I sent him crumpling backwards onto the floor. Unfazed, he began to emit a thunderous snore. This is ridiculous. Climb into bed too. The way back. Machine. I feel as though I'm looking at the way back.
そう。
Yes, that day, when I left for a place far away, probably the way back is a nice sunset wallpaper. The sun had set. When I looked up, there was a sky unlike the one I saw every day. A skylight led towards a life going in a different direction. That's how skies work. That day, I left for a place far away, and as a result, I could no longer return to the place I longed for. I crossed the ocean and sailed to an unfamiliar town. Before I knew it, I had grown up. Thinking of the town where I was born and spent my youth. What is happening, folks? It's very sad. Because that's the place where true warmth can be found. ...
それは今のあなたのことなのかな？
Is that how it sounded? You know, I tried my hardest up until the very end. ... Back then, I really tried hard, wishing to stay in my city. But in doing so, I didn't mean to repudiate this world. I felt that just maybe, having accepted the existence of this world, I could still remain in my own. But it was no good.
そんなことわざわざ言ってほしくないよ。
This was one of the two worlds at once. Split timelines. Just I wanted to know. Whether back then, if I'd only tried harder, I could have succeeded in binding myself to that place.
どうして？
It's not a question of whether I would have come here if I could have avoided it. It's just that if it had been possible, it's frustrating to think how frail my bonds with everyone else must have been. What do you think? Talk about our past self.
無理だったと思うよ。この
Eric
世界
Weiss here.
はあなたの中で始まっていたんだから。
I thought as much. But impossible as that may have been, maybe I could have still entered this world. Trying to kill the world. ... No, maybe I still can.
この世界は終わらないよ。だってすでに終わっているんだから。
It's so over. And we black out. Finally, our lazy winter holidays come to an end. We're skipping around a lot now. Shh! As always, it's the sound of the curtain being drawn back, letting in sunlight that shoots through the back of my eyes.
ほら、起きなさいよ。
Huh? What are you doing here?
あきれた。
Yeah,
ま
I
さか忘れてたの？
totally forgot, my friend. What? It does? Ow, ow, ow. My head hurts.
うわ、一生瓶だらけ。まったく何やってんだよ、もう。
Prank calling you, apparently. Hey, guys, get up. In response to my call, Sumi and the others all come shuffling out under the heater table at the same time. It's interesting that they use the term heater table because they probably mean Kanatsu, right?
ありゃ中森さんおはよ
びっくりしたよ。
Hey, at least he's dressed in his, finest.
うということは今日から長森さんも参戦
Of course she is. We got school today, you idiot. Are you sure you don't need to go home?
えなにすっかり忘れてたおいお前たち帰るぞ
They noisily stampede their way out of the room. Those guys are as good as late.
ほら、後編も急いでよ。私たちも遅刻するよ。
Yeah, you're right. Yo, Nase.
おはよ
We turned off our clock early. Is it just me? He got a little fat.
う。いきなり失礼ね。太ってなんかないわよ。
Just, wordsmith right here. Is that right? Well, not that it matters either way.
おはよう、七瀬さん。年賀状届いた？
Hope New Year's is cool because you missed it.
水香、おはよう。届いた。猫だらけの。
Go. Yeah, this idiot here always sends one with cats on it, regardless of which animal's year it is.
可愛いんだからいいんだよ。
What kind of reasoning is that, you idiot? The lessons are boring, but it's genuinely good to be back at school with friends who I can joke around with this. Besides, I have a girlfriend now. This is my girlfriend. Yo, been keeping well? Right. Well, it's back to school for us, so let's give it our best. A no good, hopeless girlfriend, but one that just might be right for me. This is a concerning world, folks. There's plenty I can do for her. More importantly, she needs me. Otherwise, she's on her own. We'll toss her to the street. And that's more than enough reason for me. We come to spend our time together after class. Nagamori is busy with club activities as usual, and Nase is still running around observing clubs. Thus, before we know it, it's just us two left in the classroom. By the time I notice, Sheena is already standing next to my desk. Okay, let's go out somewhere. Oh wait, I've been planning a slow escalation and a sophistication of the ways we played. We're diabolical, aren't we? But it turns out to be too early for a movie after all. Ignoring a screen completely, she takes my right hand and spends the whole time playing by intertwining our fingers. Of course, there's no way I can concentrate on the screen while being subjected to that. So in the end, we leave before the 30-minute mark. We're terrible at movies. You really have no interest in anything that's alive, do you? After leaving the theater, we head straight to a hamburger shop for dinner. A note for you, my friend. Stuffing her cheeks with the usual teriyaki burger, she gives a broad smile. Well, it might all be well and good, but it's a little disappointing that things turned out so much like they always do. Munch munch. Glug glug.
もうお腹いっぱい。
Hey, Sheena. Want to come over to my house? Very subtle.
うち？
My home. After a moment of consideration, she gives a nod. I feel the urge to diverge from the usual course of events, even by a little. Sheena is excited for the entire journey from the hamburger shop to my house, constantly turning her head this way and that to look around. It's probably the first time she set foot in this area. Filled with interest, she cries out with a series of "Who-es?" and "Fu-es?" When I was young, I walked through the areas outside the school district with a pounding in my heart too. From the moment I set foot over the boundary, I was in a different land. Not knowing the scenery or the people, or even the way back. Machine. A mere 1 or 2 kilometers felt like an unknown distance across the sea, or even another dimension, weighing down upon me in the form of fear. Hey, there's that sea again. It was an adventure, a stretch towards becoming an adult. That's how I describe this game. Watching the way Sheena acts now, it all comes back to me. I'm home. We're on the outside of the door. But no one else is. That's dangerous. Mom doesn't come home until late at night, so it's just us two alone. I'll do some bad stuff. Another thing to make the heart pound. With our parents gone, the house becomes a giant personal base. Fortifying ourselves against intruders who would never arrive, we complete our fantastic objectives. But now, I am tall. The backs of the high shelves are no longer beyond my reach, and space beneath the stairs is no longer an ideal hiding place. ... Somehow, being with her brings back old memories. Come with me, Sheena. My room is on the 2nd floor. And so, we spend the time just sitting there in my room. I turn on the TV, but she continues to look at me, only turning to watch entranced whenever little animals appear. We got like Nick Jr. on here or something. And although she faces me, she says nothing, simply looking at my face and body. What is it? ... She remains silent in response to my question. She's quiet, but she doesn't look particularly dissatisfied, and from that, I discern her simple reply. Nothing at all. She really is an interesting girl. If I reach out and scratch below her neck fur, she closes her eyes in pleasure. And if I stop, her face immediately reverts to its usual lack of expression. Enjoying her reactions, I try all sorts of different things. As expected, she doesn't like it when I stick my fingers in her nose, giving a displeased cry of "ooh." Is she like a robot or something? What are we doing? I have to keep asking myself what we're doing because we're being really odd. In the midst of teasing her, I end up holding her from behind. Sheena seems the happiest in this position, winning into my body with a completely relaxed expression. From inside the cathode ray tube, a nondescript artist sings a nondescript hit song in a nondescript way. Glad they got around that copyright scruffle. Hardly paying any attention, I continue to watch with unfocused eyes. Whenever I'm with Sheena, it always feels like I get mixed up in something busy and confusing. That's why peaceful times like this feel so precious to me. Just sitting here, sharing the same moments as they pass on by. She's really tired. I look down as the TV program ends to find Sheena already fast asleep. She doesn't even like little sister, but more like a daughter. I wonder if this is how it feels. If so, it might just be more fun than I expected. What did you expect? At any rate, I thought it was too much to know she was able to go home today. Turning off the noisy TV, I lay Sheena down in the bed and I sleep on the floor like a responsible man. Then, heading downstairs, I give Nagamori a call. Hello, it's Orihara here.
Kohei? どうしたの?
It's Sheena. She's in my room right now, but she's fallen asleep.
へえ、そうなんだ。寝かせておいてあげれば?
Yeah, we're smart. Yeah, it's too late to wake her up now.
マユのお母さんに連絡しとくよ。
Thanks. Well, good night.
おやすみ。
Having made some simple arrangements, I head to the toilet before returning to my room. It's an unusual experience having to take care to be quiet as I enter my own room. Sheena's little body remains asleep on the bed where I last left her. Unlike when I put her down, however, she's now curled up and lying on her side. It is somewhat comical sight, and I can't help but laugh. It'd be fun to have someone like her sitting beside me every day, I consider, resuming my train of thought from before. Guess I'll get some sleep too. Turning off the light, I bury my body beneath the heater table. The only thing I can hear is the constant sound of Sheena breathing in her sleep. ... Finally, I fall asleep too. ... Miu. Miu. Nah?
Mew!
I realize I'm being shaken. Sheena, what's wrong? My brain still isn't entirely awake.
トイレどこ？
I think I use the toilet now. Ah, the toilet. Let's see. It's kinda hard for you to find it in this dark. Pulling myself out from the heater table, I stand up. Come with me. Turning on the light, I leave the room. Passing down the dark corridor, I descend the stairs. Sheena follows behind me, gripping tightly in the back of my clothes. Turning the corner in front of my aunt's bedroom, we pass by the bathroom and stop at a dead end. Here. I point the toilet with my chin, which is very sharp. Looking relieved, Sheena dashes inside, while still holding onto my clothes. Hey, don't tell me you want to take me in there with you. ... She stares into my face. She's serious about dragging me inside? What is it?
戻ったらダメ。
Oh boy. Oh, I see. Okay, I get it. I'll wait here for you. Looking reassured, she heads inside the toilet. Thump. ... She could at least flush while she's doing her business. Sheesh. When it comes to her, she's unworried about her childish fears and being embarrassed as a girl. Almost like she is a child. Finally, I hear the forceful sound of water from the other side. This is a really loud toilet. Click. Did you wash your hands? So saying, she spreads her still wet hands in front of her face. Good. I turn back down the way we came. Having returned to my room and checked that Sheena's beneath the covers of my bed, I turn the light back off. What's more, I dive back under the heater table. Fortunately, despite having gotten up once, it doesn't seem like I'll have any trouble getting back to sleep. There's no one letting the opportunity escape. Finding a comfortable angle at which to position my body, I surrender to my drowsiness. ... Russell. ... Russell. Here, a table blanket is lifted from my back, letting in the cold air. At the same time, something fumbles around behind me before clinging tightly to my back. Sheesh, she's just like a cat. I can hear the sound of breathing coming from right behind my ear. Ignoring it, I try to return to the dream I was having, but Sheena won't allow it. Sticking the tip of her nose into the depression between my backbone and ribs, she begins to rub it against me. She must be a type who can't get back to sleep once she wakes up. Fine, I'll be nice. I could just leave her alone and go sleep, but I feel bad for her, so I thought to keep her company for a while. We're just doing the right thing, okay, people? Not feeling sleepy anymore? I see. Murmuring incoherently, she continues to rub her nose against my back. You're not gonna sleep on the bed? It'll hurt when you wake up if you sleep down here. But it'd be a waste to leave the bed unoccupied. Can I use it? Right then, here I go. After all, I'm not sleeping down here on the hard floor because I want to. Pulling out from under the heater table, I crawl into the bed. As I do, Sheena quietly follows me. She hugs me from the side as I lie there, facing up. Look at our cool stereo though, how about that? Got a little display, you know? It's like a CD player, I'm assuming. We even got like a tape player down here. Got our discs. See, we're cool. A boy and a girl lying in bed embracing. Well, I guess that's a particularly decent. It's her boyfriend and girlfriend in name. But it's somewhat frightening how Sheena doesn't seem particularly aware of that. I like how he's just realizing this, by the way. There's no doubt that she's hugging me in the same way that she would hug Nagamori. But that, in its own way, is tragic. Because in the end, it's nothing more than proof that this is a charade, and that I am a seriously messed up dude. Proof, huh? We're proving it, alright. What are we doing? I decided to test her. Hey, if we're gonna be a messed up guy, we're gonna commit to the bit, you know. Would Sheena really accept the sort of thing that real lovers did? I get the feeling that she'd say, Miu, and make an escape for the heater table, but... Still locked in the embrace, I reached out between her legs and placed my fingertips against her sensitive part through her skirt. Then I gradually began to move them. This is not good behavior, my guy. I thought I was gonna like scrub her head or something. Sheena looks in my face in surprise, but she doesn't run away yet. Folks, we're gonna have to prepare. I don't know what we're gonna have to do, people. It's dangerous. What I really don't need is a stream to be nuked because we played a funny count or something. So, we're gonna have this guy. I'm gonna leave him up here. He's gonna be there in case we gotta, you know, get rid of the screen. Because I don't know what's happening. But we don't need the stream to be nuked. You're gonna chill for now. These are dangerous times, my friend. But no matter how she positions herself, my fingertips continue to stroke her. She's clearly frowning in confusion, as the changes her body was undergoing, perhaps? I don't know, but I continue. If she didn't like it, she could have stopped me with my hand with her own two empty hands. See, now we're just, you know, saying, okay, yeah. But she doesn't, which means she likes it, of course, because that's how we think. Despite her anxiety at what I'm doing, she must still trust me. We're being a really terrible person right now, by the way. Although she cries out weakly, she continues to lie there passively. Shh. There's still a skirt and underwear between us, but she couldn't be feeling it too much yet. But even so, she must still be disgusted. Why are we like saying this and then still doing it? We're just being awful. Continuing to attack the precious part of her body with one hand, with my body up to cover hers from directly above. The blanket slips off my back and falls onto the ground, but I pay it no attention. I forcefully lift up her top with both of my hands, or at least one of them. Okay, that's enough, folks. This is art right here. Since I know where this is going, we gotta cut that on. Sensors will not take us family. Her breasts are small, but are forming a pound when I hold them in one hand. As I do, I have my tongue around its tip. I feel it growing hard through my tongue. I might have to stretch this box down, honestly. I mean, these games just go there, people. They do not care. I mean, that's their choice. You know, I'll live with it. There's no shame on this train. I repeat the procedure for the other one. The sight of her true nipple is wet with saliva, surprisingly a vicious one. The whole time, Sheena continues to watch me. It's alright, I persuade her with my expression, nothing's happening. Then, coolly housing the top half of her body, I kneel down in front of her hips. My hand comes to a stop, lift up her skirt. There's a small stain on her skirt. Just around where I was rubbing my fingertip. Sheena. There you go again. Can't get his clothes dirty. You're terrible. With a huh expression, she gets up to look at the stained part of her skirt. He can feel it a little bit. Damn, you know, it sucks because there's cool art here, so... It's always tough when this cool art, you know, pushes part of this. Look at that. We got like a little octopus guy here. I got a photo. So I can appreciate that. This actually isn't SFW, but just might be soon. It's only when she pulls up her skirt to reveal her underwear that she finally notices. Spreading her legs a little, she places her own finger against the problematic part. This is awful. She remembers curiously as the moonlight pours into the room, illuminates the substance sticking to her finger. I can't even read this. That's the proof that you become an adult, Sheena. These are the statements that we say with our hands crossed. There was no shame in this world, apparently. ... Just don't worry about it. I place my hands on her waist and strip away her wet underwear. Really dangerous, folks. Spreading her legs aside with my body in between them. Then taking my little guy out, I place it up against her. Folks, we're just trying to sleep here. What are we doing? Doesn't feel like it'll fit inside at all. Maybe that's how it seems to everyone at first. I'll just see just how far I can go. A real adventure. Wow, okay. No subtlety here, by the way. No subtlety. Gah. Yeah. Cry escapes her mouth as she endures the pain. She was just coming here to sleep over. We're just doing this now. That hurt. I should take it slowly. Boxing for a moment, I take a breath before applying pressure again. Gah. The tip is partially inside her, while the flesh pressing tightly up against me. Too tight. Isn't gonna work after all. But by now, I've lost control. Got to push it as far as I'll go. You're literally the worst person imaginable, by the way. It's like way worse than Matoka route in Canada, I gotta say. Push deep into her unresisting body. Gah! I feel so broken through something. Look up, see the edges of her eyes are moist because she totally hates this. You okay, Sheena? Tell me if it becomes too much to bear. I'll stop right away. Like, honestly, what are you doing? Dang, sometimes you can't bother with stuff. Left her little body to reveal a surprisingly mature waistline. See, we're coping now. We're saying it's okay. And their stained green walls. Place her hands up against her constricting body. Push yourself in and out of her. Remembering her wet skin against up each other. She reacts sensitively to every one of my thrusts. Now, thrusting against the deepest part of her. Okay. Gotta get that in there. I wonder if she's enjoying this, even a little. Because, you know, we didn't think of that before. She simply lies there, her eyes closed, but her body passive. I intend to continue until she asks me to stop. But in the end, she doesn't say a single word. Some crazy stuff, my friend. Let's like come to a climax. Feel as though I've received all sorts of feelings from Sheena. Alright, we can turn it off now. We're good. We're safe, folks. That came kind of all at once, and very surprisingly, there was not a lot of build up for it. Sheena. Pull her towards me in a hug once more. Sheena, do you want to stay by my side forever? Then stay. Don't lose sight of me now. After all, I was looking around at other things. Good. That day, I felt as though I've graduated from being Sheena's guardian. We became equals, somehow. Because that day, I realized that I started to need her too. Her words are still clumsy, but I understand them better than anyone else, and I want to keep hearing them. Okay, what? Slot begins to get warmer, and the everyday continues the way it always has.
また公平のせいで遅刻だ
I didn't do anything wrong this time. It wouldn't be if you just waking up earlier.
よ。もう面倒見きれないよ。
You idiot. Keep telling you to think before you act. And every day continues the way it always has.
公平、前。
Huh? Not again. Crash. Collision. Ow, ow, ow. It can only be Nase. As expected, she's lying there, face down on the ground. As usual, they almost think this was my fault.
って当然でしょ。
Totally wasn't, by the way.
ねえそこの人見てたでしょ。
Was I? Huh? I've heard those words before.
うん。公平が悪いかな。
It wasn't.
って水香じゃない。
Wait a minute. She turns her gaze from Nagamori over to
あ
me.
れ
She stands there bewildered, her bravado stripped away. What? There's a questioning look in her eyes. The slave Nagamori and I walk into school together. Why is this surprising? Feeling that something is out of place. That's the sort of uneasy gaze she fixes me with. It's as if he's asking, "Who are you?" ... For a while, we simply stand there, silently facing each other.
どったの？どったの？
When one unable to comprehend what's happening, Nagamori stands there looking back and forth between our faces.
先行く。
Okay, I don't know what's happening with you, my friend. Patting down her uniform, she turns her back to us and runs off.
時間やばいね。私たちも急ごうよ。
I don't know what's going on in this world anymore. Collecting herself, Nagamori presses for me to hurry up. But I simply stand there, staring into the space that Nase had vacated. ... Into a world that extends into infinity. Okay? I'm in that place again. That sad place. No. I know now. That's why it's sad.
悲しい。
After all that time, I didn't want some free toy which came with a caramel bar.
たくさん遊べるのに。
I should have got chocolate instead. Yes. I didn't want something like that.
どうして？
Doesn't say Spider-Man 2 on it. That's what it means to grow up.
わからないよ。
We hate caramel bars now. No, you don't. After all, you have remained a child this whole time. ... Hello? I could hear the sound of someone crying. Who was it? It wasn't me. Yep, as usual, it was Misao. And a mummy movie, I think. Mummy movie just came
どう
out,
した
didn't
の
it?
ミサオ。
お兄ちゃんが蹴った。
I hate for that to happen.
公平、あんたまた。
違うよ遊んでただけだよ。真空飛び膝蹴りごっこして遊んでたんだ。
It's okay, it's a flying vacuum kick. That's very
そんな
fine.
のごっこなんて言わないの。あんた前は水平チョップごっことか言って泣かしたばっかじゃないの。
Put a horizontal chop you if you don't stop talking.
ごっこだよ。本当の真空飛び膝蹴りや水平チョップなんて真似できないくらい切れ味がいいんだよ。
バカな理屈こねてないで謝りなさいミサオに。
Quite a lot going on right now.
ミサオごめんな。
So who's Misao? Because I got no idea.
よしいい子だなミサオは。
公平、あんたが言わない
Man,
の。
we're here. It's our childhood friend. Actually, I didn't think of the reason Misao stopped crying so quickly with anything to do with her disposition. The truth was, I'd always been a good, big brother to her. That was what I wanted to believe. We were a single-parent household, so Misao had never known our father. Even I don't remember more than his shadow. Because, no, he's deadbeat, apparently. A moving image, but one out a queer face. You know, like in Charlie Brown. He's a trumpet. That's why, embarrassing as it is for me to say this, I'd always wanted her to know the affection of a man. There was this thing called Father's Visiting Day. It It was a day when fathers everywhere would come to see their children being educated. Of course, I never received a visit from our father. But looking around at the other students, I could see their happy, if somewhat awkward, expressions. Regardless of how far their heroine had receded, it seems that their children were glad they had come. But the happiness was to remain a mystery to me forever. I'd probably never have another father figure in life again. Life sucks, by the way. Looking back, my only memories were of a somewhat uncomfortable lesson held under the gaze of unfamiliar strangers. To me, each father's visiting day was no more than a repetition of that experience. It was my constant wish for Misao to receive male affection. I didn't want it to end just for her as nothing more than a somewhat uncomfortable lesson. That's why I devised a great plan.
ミサオ、僕が出てやるよ。
お兄ちゃんって相変わらずバカだよね。
Hey, don't insult me.
バカとはなんだ、この野郎。
痛いよお兄ちゃん。
Smashed her with her power fist. I played at putting the iron claw on her for a while. It was Alea's favorite move. See? Iron fist. Power whip.
だってお兄ちゃん大人じゃ
You're
ない
a
の。
non-adult.
そんなものは変装すれば大丈夫だ。
He'll have stilts and a trench coat.
背が低すぎるよ。
空き缶を足の下に仕込む。
See, I could be talking, but this is our young self talking, so I'll let him speak for us.
そんな漫画みたいにうまくいかないよ。バレるよ。
大丈夫。うまくやってみせるよ。
I give him a day.
本
あ、だから次の父親参観日は楽しみにしてろよ。
She made fun of my idea at first, but in the end, there was a smile on her face. I like to see Misao smile, so it made me happy too. I couldn't wait for Father's visiting day next month. Misao first fell sick at around the time I was planning to start assembling my disguise. It seemed that it would take a little while for her to recover, so Misao ended up spending her time in a hospital bed.
バカだなお前。こんな時に病気になって。
当そうだね。
I mean, this plot seems a little obvious, but I'll wait for it to say it.
お前いつも腹出して寝てるからだぞ。気づいた時は直してやってるけど、毎日はさすがに直してやれないよ。
でもお腹に落書きするのはやめてよ。前も身体検査の時笑われたよ。
Depends on what you scribble. If we did a cool S, you do in the bathroom stall, then it's okay. I always scribbled on Misao's stomach before putting the sheets back over it, so her stomach always looked as though it was laughing, crying, or angry.
だったら寝相をよくしろ。
It's physical humor.
そうだね。
Brushing Misao's forelocks clear out of her face fur, my gaze moved outside the window and across the nature-filled scenery of our town. And then, it was the end of autumn.
ミサオ。
あ、お兄ちゃん。どうしたのこんな時間に。
ミサオ、退屈してると思ってな。
Hey, we're a good guy now.
大丈夫だよ。本いっぱいあるから読んでるよ。
こんな字ばっかのが
Damn
面白いわけないだろう。痩せ我慢をするな。
Probably never go to the library because we hate books.
全然我慢なんかしてないよ。ほんと面白いんだよ。
というわけでだな。これをやろう。
I thrust the obstacle hiding out in front of her.
何これ。
カメレオンだ。
Oh, chameleon? What?
見たらわかるけど。
It was a plastic toy with a roller attached to its belly. When you rolled it, it would stick its tongue in and out of its mouth. That definitely came out of a cereal box.
見ろ。平らなところにつけて、こうやって押してやると、舌がペロペロ出たり入ったりする。
I had to explain that part. That was very important.
面白いね。でも平らなところがないよ。
Your stomach is a flat surface.
何？
I hadn't noticed until she pointed it out. From when Misao was on the bed, the table and all the other flat surfaces were all beyond her reach.
でも大丈夫だよ。こうやって手のひら使えば。
Roll, roll.
お、ミサオ頭いいな。でも少し爽快感がないけ
Could
ど
be on
な
a。palm, honestly.
こんな舌が素早くペロペロ動いたって爽快じゃないよ。これぐらいがちょうどいいんだよ。
This is a balanced approach. Roll, roll.
そうだな。
お兄ちゃん、
まったくこんなくだらない本ばっか読んで暮らすお前が見るに耐えなかったから
Again,
な。
we hate reading.
よ
That's
か
like
ったよ。
big character trait of ours.
これで退屈しないで済むよ。
But contrary to what I had first heard, Misao's hospital life continued on indefinitely. Once, there was a big operation. I heard afterwards that Misao's stomach was no longer her own. Around this time, Marta began to frequent a place that was somewhat different than a hospital, like a morgue or something. I didn't really know where. Whenever she did show up, she would say all kinds of things to us that we didn't understand. Then, she'd leave with a satisfied expression on her face. Talked about sermons, a word which I couldn't even spell.
うわ、病室間違えた。
合ってるよ、お兄ちゃん。
You're gonna die, my friend.
ミサオか。
ミサオだよ。
Misao's hair completely disappeared.
びっくりしたぞ、お兄さんは。
It's a kind of crazy plot for the game to go, but sure. She'd already become so thin. Once he took her hair away, even I could mistake her for someone else. That was how much Misao's appearance had changed.
やっぱりお腹がなくなったから体重減っちゃったのか。
Yeah, you got nothing now.
そうかも。
She rolled the chameleon toy in her palm while she spoke. With sunken eyes, she watched his tongue flicker in and out. I decided never to ask Misao whether she was uncomfortable or in pain. Because I knew that if I did, she would undoubtedly just shake her head and say nope. She didn't want me to worry about her. That was why I didn't ask. When her discomfort to pain grew through great, she would tell me herself. And when that happened, I would just have to comfort her. I would just have to cheer her up. That was what I believed. The new year arrived, with Misao was spending the time in her hospital room. It was the first time I had experienced such a quiet new year.
ミサオは今年の願い事は
How
何
about
だ。
not being sick?
もちろん元気になることだよ。それで、お兄ちゃんが来てくれる父親参観日を迎
Says
え
the
るの。
Fire's visiting day.
そうだな。去年は無理だったもんな。
今年こそは来てもらうよ。
Sounds surprisingly good for someone without a stomach. That was when time began to stop. The disguise I had begun to compile continued to lie there in my room, uncompleted. It was as if the only thing still changing was Misao's gaunt condition. On the occasions I went to see her, Misao would often talk about her father's visiting day, which is our father. I began to firmly believe that this year would be the year. With the New Year's season over, the streets were returning to their usual appearance. But the room in which Misao was staying remained forever unchanging.
ミサ
お兄ちゃん、またこんな時間に。
Visiting every
オ、
day,
また手術するって聞いて来たんだよ。またどこか取るのか。
swapping your brain for another one.
その手術はしないことになったよ。
そうか。よかった。どんどんミサオのお腹が取られていくよ
そう
うで
お兄ちゃん
怖かったんだよ。
もう心配ないよ。
And it's because I had a chance of
本
hurting her.
当。よかったよ。
Roll, roll. As we fell silent, all that could be heard is the sound of the chameleon rolling on her palm.
お母さんはどんな。
相変わらずだよ。
お兄ちゃん、お母さんのことも心配してあげてね。
It's the Rory Olympics.
そうだな。
じゃあ、そろそろ眠るよ。
Take a nap. Misao quickly closed her eyes. In her hands, she was still holding the chameleon with his tongue sticking out. The room was terribly silent. Dot, dot.
ミサオ。ミサオ。ミサ
Uh-oh.
オ。
It's over.
ミサオ。ミサ
Not over yet.
じゃあ、
オ。いや、寝ちゃったかなと思って。
寝ちゃってたよ。どうしたの？
What's going on?
うん、なんでもない。起こして悪かったな。
Nothing to worry about.
おやすみ。
おやすみ。
It was yet another new month. But for us, nothing had changed. Misao's birthday came. I held a little party in her hospital room. But in the end, it was just me singing and eating the cake by myself, because apparently no one else came. Nice party. Dot dot. Roll roll. Dot dot. Dot dot. Roll roll. Dot dot.
お兄ちゃん
な
父親さん勘弁にしようよ
Pent is because she ain't being around much longer.
今日
今日
場所は
ここ
他の子は
ミサオだけ二人だけの父親さん勘弁
Dot dot.
ダメ
よしわかったやろう
よかった
Misao gave a broad smile. I ran back home and pulled my disguise props out of the closet, carrying it in with my arms back to the hospital. I pulled it on in the hospital corridor. Putting on a suit and tie, I attached cans beneath my feet. I guess we have no boots in this house. Makes sense, but still. And then, the finishing touch. A beard drawn there with an oil marker. With an ear-piercing clanging, I made my way towards Misao's room. I stood in front of the door and knocked. The sound of my footsteps is louder than the knock itself.
ミサオ
I opened the door and entered the room. Dot
ミサ
dot.
オ
Dot
ミ
dot.
サオ
お兄ち
Gentlemen, it might be over, actually. Her mouth was smiling, but her expression was warped.
違うぞお父さんだぞ
If Misao was going to tell me that she was suffering, I'd pretend to be calm too.
ゃんそうだね
じゃあ見ててやるからな
Very ethereal, almost music box. Okay, be watching you then. I leaned back against the wall and watched Misao as she lay there on her bed. Roll, roll. The chameleon feebly extended and withdrew its tongue. All I did was watch. Dot dot. Roll, roll. Dot dot. Dot dot. Roll, roll. Dot dot.
ミサ
喋っちゃダメだよお父さんはじっと見てるんだよ
Okay.
オああそうだな
Dot dot. Her pained breath came out in spurts. I just stood there with my back to the wall, watching Misao suffer. Want to call a nurse? It was a laughable scene. You think? I was just standing there as far away as possible, watching while my sister was in pain. Dot dot. Dot dot. The chameleon stopped moving his tongue. And then, the words finally came from Misao's mouth. I'm dying.
苦しいよお兄ちゃん
I ran. Iraq. The cans under my feet got in the way and I stumbled, but still, I rushed to her side.
ミサオ大丈夫だぞお兄ちゃんがそばにいるからな
You're not my dad.
痛いよお兄ちゃん痛いよ
I placed my hand over hers, still holding the chameleon.
大丈夫だぞほらこうしていれば痛みは引いてくから
It didn't go away.
お兄ちゃん
どうしたお兄ちゃんはここにいるぞ
I felt that I bringing the good older brother to Misao until the very end. I wanted to believe that. I wanted to believe that was what those final words of gratitude were for. The rain throughout the day of Misao's funeral. This just kind of came out of nowhere. A shame, because I think it's okay. Maybe that was why it seemed like such a quiet funeral, as all trace of sound and emotion had been erased. I watched a coffin containing her body with closed eyes. Cold eyes. Her mother never did show up. She's awful. Everyone in this guy's life is the worst. No wonder he turned out so bad. The pain of having become all alone was one that cut deep. having become alone, every time I saw a toy chameleon that Misao would always roll in her palm. Like a floodgate opening, the tears would pour from my eyes. All this time, I lived without knowing of the sadness that lay in wait. I thought that I'd always be able to be together with Misao. That Misao would always call me Oni-chan. And that she would always play with this toy chameleon. Never again would I be able to feel the happiness that came from seeing her smile. Anything that exists is eventually lost. I mean, this man hates his life, but I can't really argue with it. And when the time came for that loss, I felt such great sadness. It was as though it lived only to face sadness. And if living means having to face such sadness, I'd rather stay here. Here, where I can always be together with myself. Okay, so his dreams are with her. That makes sense. I could hear the sound of someone crying. Who was it? It wasn't me. Yep, as usual, it was Misao. So my dreams are kind of repetitive. I stroked her on the head, as if to say, there, there.
いい子だな、ミサオは。
I wanted to stay it forever in a time when I was happy. That's all. From that day onwards, I was always crying. I had invented the crying game. It was as if my life was lived in between bouts of crying. I left the town where Misao and I lived to be placed. I left the town where Misao and I lived to be placed in the care of my aunt. It was a town with beautiful greenery enveloped in the April sunshine. But even so, my tears didn't dry up. It was strange just how many tears I continued to shed.
泣いてるの？
She had been the first person in this new town to find me when I was crying. Hey, guess what? It's Nagamori. And on clear days, clouded days, and days when the rain came sprinkling down, she would be there beside me while I cried.
いつになったら遊べるのかな？
Gotta give me a break, my friend. Every day, she would find me as I was crying and speak to me. I never opened my mouth, and when I did, it was only to let loose a sob. I was now just an empty existence, a corpse. But even so, she continued to stay there beside me. Just what it was that girl was waiting for, I didn't know.
君は何を待っているの？
I had to ask her directly. I spoke to her for the first time.
君が泣き止むの。一緒に遊びたいから。
僕は泣き止まない。ずっと泣き続けて。
For a troll to doomer. But again, we have reason to hate her life. I don't blame
ど
her.
うして？
悲しいことがあったんだ。ずっと続くと思ってたんだ。楽しい日々
The
が。
happy days.
でも永遠なんてなかったんだ。
I didn't think the way I felt could be expressed in words. But she replied.
永遠はあるよ。
Suddenly, my cheeks were between her two hands.
ずっと私が一緒にいてあげるよ。これからは。
Well, she committed pretty early on, I gotta say. So is Shang. She pursed her lips lightly against mine. We just met this girl, bro. A pledge of eternity. It was a pledge of eternity. After all that time, I didn't want some free toy that came at a caramel bar. I didn't want something like that.
どうして？
I want a meaning in depth. That's what it means to grow up.
わからないよ。
It's a chameleon, okay? No, you don't. After all, you have been a child this whole time because you're a figment of my imagination. You are one. ... A long time has passed. I've met many different people who lived many different days. That's how life works. Holy crap. I've stopped crying all the time and grown strong. In the 4 months before my disappearance, I fought it by meeting all sorts of new people. A girl who dreamed into being a lady, but kept meeting with failure. Guess what? Tanuki. A senior who lost her sight, but not her smile. It's our senpai. A classmate who was waiting for something with all her heart. Is that Nakamori, I guess? A first year tried her utmost to convey her feelings, even without words. Okay, I think I get this one. A crybaby who had begun to try and become an adult. It's Gina. 4 months which had passed by in the blink of an eye. 4 months for which I was happy.
滅びに向かって進んでいるのに
My life is totally for destruction at this point. No, because of it. Our life is destruction. Knowing that is what makes it so sad. And the fact that this path leads toward destruction is what makes all of those moments irreplaceable. We're gonna run off the road. I didn't want eternity like this anymore. That's why back then, I sought out those bonds. I had become the one. Mizuka. Without thinking, I yell out Nagamori's name. ... He stares at my face with expressionless eyes. Mizuka? My throat feels dry. My saliva coils uncomfortably around the back of my throat. Hey, Mizuka. ...
どうしたの浩平
No, I understand now. My existence is fading. That's what was causing the feeling of uneasiness.
何怖い顔してるんだよ
Hold on, I'm busy melting right now. She smiles as she looks at me, as if trying to smooth things over. There was once a little girl who really wanted to become the princess of Candyland. This is a really important story for us to tell, okay? Suddenly, I bring up something entirely new.
Eh?
Time passes, and through the strong wishes of that girl, a real Candyland is born, available in board game form.
そんなことあるわけないよ
You're just not good at board games. If it were to happen, use your imagination.
うん
What do you think would happen then?
女の子は選ぶんだろうねその国に移り住むのか
You can
あ
always
るいは
go back and
ここに
forth.
残るのか
Is there really a choice? No. There should be a third person to this story. Now, within that land, there is a prince.
うん
He and she had exchanged a pledge to live together.
うん
The conditions have changed. Now what do you think will happen?
うーんそうなるとその国に強制的に連れて行かれるんじゃないかな
This is cool, but you know, it probably helps to realize that this Candyland is an imaginary place and not actually a physical place that could exist. And when that happens, what do you think will happen to me? I mean, to the girl in this world.
いなくなるんだよ
Yeah, no kidding. For an instant, I feel a faint chill. What does this mean? Am I about to disappear from this world? Had that flimsy promise, that mere child's play, endangered my existence in reality? Hey, Mizuka.
Huh?
Since when was it that you and I first met?
えそんなこと急に言われても
What's the answer? I forgot.
あでもどうしてそんなこと聞くの
Trying to figure out our true feelings here. ... Soon, I'll be leaving this place and heading for somewhere else. Feel an unnerving, an unerring premonition. Where is it that I'm about to go? Towards the sky. A place where no one can reach me, no matter how far they reach or how much they struggle. A place where time doesn't pass. A place in which there is nowhere to go. Eternity. The word which connects everything. Get metaphysical here. Beyond the sky lies that place of eternity. The road that I sought on that day. My road had begun then, and now He's drawing to a conclusion there. That's where I'm about to go. My existence is fading. I can feel myself disappearing and simply being forgotten. I hesitate as I pass through the school gates.
どうしたの？
Hold on, I'm busy going to heaven, or a weird version of heaven. It's nothing. I don't want to have reality thrust in my face again. I've had enough of this.
ほら、もうチャイム鳴るよ。行こ
Yeah. Nagamori runs on ahead. I stand and watch her go instead of falling behind. Lovely chime, folks, as always. I begin to walk away, trying to distance myself from the sound. I go home like a loser. Dot 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 dot. I won't be able to stay here for much longer either. Maybe it's not that I can't, but that I shouldn't. I've only been able to stay so far because of our unconflicting lifestyles suit each other. The one thing I shouldn't do is cause trouble for Yukiko-san. He's looked after me for all this time. Taking only my wallet, I leave the house. Dot 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 dot. Go on the world tour here. Gotta visit all the backgrounds. Do coincidences really occur as easily as this? There in front of me stands Sheena. Dot dot. Dot dot. Hey Sheena. Disappearing from everyone's memories as our bonds dissolve, I'll soon depart. For that place. There's no way there can be much of my presence left in someone I've only known for a few months like her. She'll never come pattering over and crying to me again, the way she used to. Dot dot. I feel just a twinge of loneliness. But even so, she was cautiously closer to the stranger that is me. What's wrong? Then, having come up right in front of me, she presses her nose up against my chest. Sniff sniff. Good job. Could she be sniffing my scent? Something seems to click inside her head. Have we become you? She throws her arms around my waist and hugs me. Oh, they can tell who I am? It's a good thing we don't take a shower. She rubs her head up against my neck. Ahaha, what are you, a dog? I stroke her head the way Nagamori always does, not the way we do. What's happening? You still going to school? I see. Really trying hard, aren't you? Is Nagamori well? Are you getting loud and nase? Not answering my questions. I see. That's good. It's good to see that Sheena is growing up. It's been a while since we've met, hasn't it? Why don't you get something nice to eat? Sheena's face suddenly lights up. Shall we have some hamburgers again? A fine choice. Right, let's go. Sheena looks up at the sky. Wipe my forehead with the back of my hand. Damn it, it's coming down. We hate the rain. It's our worst enemy. It doesn't take long for the rain to really start pouring down. It's still the beginning of spring. The rain is freezing. Sheena cries out again. What is it this time? Tracing Sheena's line of sight, I see Puppy tottering around the feet of pedestrians as they come and go. That's rough. There's a collar around its neck, and it's dragging an attached leash around behind it. He must have gone separated from his owner. Hey, wait! Before I can stop her, Sheena's already running towards the puppy. While knowing her, head in the same direction. Dot dot. Puppy gives a weak whimper as she takes it into her arms. Shall we take him back to his owner? Okay, but it won't be easy with this rain. Nice sentence. If that's what you want, that's what we'll do. You have no agency. I'm no longer concerned with anything else but her. Dedicate her life to finding this puppy's owner. Before the end comes to me, I want to see with my own eyes just how much she's grown. Right. Let's look for his owner together. For now, where should I go into tomorrow with a lot of people passing by? I set off, heading for the main street with Sheena falling behind. The rain grows even fiercer, beating against the asphalt. Hurry up, Sheena. Don't want to catch a cold. I quicken my footsteps, with Sheena pouting behind me as she runs to keep up. Hurrying on, I lead my way through the increasing number of pedestrians. I don't need to turn around to know that Sheena is falling behind. I begin to walk even faster. What are you doing? You gotta calm down. The sound of her cries grows smaller and smaller. Mew. Dot, 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 dot. The sound of her calling me disappeared beneath the sound of the rain. Again, we have some really deep-seated issues here. We're not solving in a confined way. Dot, dot. It's cruel. But I don't have any time left. Someone's gotta tell me what's going on. Turning back to look through the gaps in the crowd, I see a little figure both left and right, desperately searching for me. Finally, at a loss for what to do, she stands there, looking dazed. And then... what do you expect? Dot dot. Breaking into tears, hands drop powerlessly to her side. Clumsily landing on the ground, puppy disappears into the mist. It may in fact be over. Dot dot. I simply continue to watch her cry from a distance. Watching, she cries alone in the rain. Watching, even as the other people disappear to find shelter, leaving the two of us on our own. Keep trying hard on your own, Sheena. Just take it one step at a time. The only one here without time is me. We said the word one, by the way, it's super important. Goodbye, Sheena.
永遠はあるよ。ここにあるよ。
Do we go to heaven or something? Wait, what? Please explain to me what just happened. We vanished from thin air. Okay. Oh, okay, I gotta click on things. Well, it's sepia. It's kind of cool, I guess. You know, all the wonderful backgrounds you visited. So hear a pretty decent, you know, vaguely midi-ish soundtrack. Remember back when we used to live somewhere before we vanished into thinness? Nothingness? The stairs, our favorite background. Remember the roof? Red Senpai? Or, there's something else probably. Oh, okay, we're just gone now. That's cool. What? Oh man, it just ends like that. That's crazy. Wow, okay. Well, I guess we're done for now. We finished our first route, I guess, with Sheena. That just kind of ended. Sure, I guess, you know. Maybe we got to piece the puzzle together or something, because that was confusing. But I appreciate, I have to say, the whole plot about our sister Gen really sick and all. That'd be a lot more impactful if there were, like, more hints through it throughout the game. But instead, they just dropped it all at once at the end, and it didn't have a ton of impact. Like, it was good. The aftermath was actually quite good, though I don't really understand how he just vanished into nothingness. That's not very clear at all. I'm guessing we gotta meet everyone to build up our voices or something, but it's all right. I mean, I thought sex scene was really bad in my opinion. That was worse than Motoko from Canon. That was bad. I'm sorry. That's just straight up bad. He could have done it right, maybe, but I don't know. That one was always dicey in the first place, and then we just kind of do it out of nowhere because we could. I mean, yeah, I guess you could do it, but like, why? I don't know. That would. I'm also surprised I got on the route because I could not really tell who I was gonna get with because I was talking to like 6 different people, and then all of a sudden, nope, it's just one now. Okay, guess what I call it one? Put it right there in the title, because once you get that past Christmas Eve, the game just turns very simple and very linear. It's not bad, but again, that was kind of underwhelming, honestly. The game just became very okay at the end. I mean, I don't know, I guess I only saw one route, and it's probably gonna be the one I ultimately like the least, honestly, because that one just felt really weird because, I mean, this girl was like 5 or something, or at least quite young. And then we just kind of accept her, like, yeah, we're gonna make her a girlfriend. And then we just do, and she has no idea, basically, because she's mentally like 5 or something. I don't understand quite what's going on. But then I guess it's okay because, we just leave her in the rain and just vanish into thin air. That works. Maybe, I don't know if I did something wrong or if I did something right. I thought I did things right, but I can't tell. But that's what I'll figure out next time. So,